I've been getting a lot of positive responses each time I talk about a card that's underrated or overlooked, and I thank you for that. So today I am going to talk about a card that I've been using for a long time and people still get baffled when I use it, but then go, "Oh, you crafty little bit." With the release of Legendary Duel's Baccarat being this week, I thought this would be a great time to talk about the card Dark Sanctuary. And if you've seen my Nurse Burn deck profile, you know what this card does and why I use it. But I'll get to that later. As of the making of this video, Dark Sanctuary only had one printing, so the only means I had of getting my playset of this card was through ordering online. But I did not always use it for my burn decks. Like everyone else, when you think of this card, you think of it as support for the Destiny board decks. And why not? It is what that card was designed for. It gives you more room for your spirit messages and offers them protection. In other words, it's the only reason the deck became playable, and thus also why nobody really gave the card much thought other than for a Destiny board. Spirit board decks have a strange allure around them. Just about everyone I know likes the concept, but never plays it, even in a casual game. I'm the only person who has built the deck and played it for fun amongst my friends at the locals. I will be doing a profile with updates from the new Legendary release, so please bear with me on that. So yeah, given what the card is designed for, why should you pay attention to it? It was made for a deck that no one really plays, so it was bound to fall into obscurity. But Dark Sanctuary is getting a reprint in Legendary Duel's Baccarat, so I'm going to tell you why this card is so great and why you should get your hands on them. So as mentioned before, I don't use Dark Sanctuary exclusively in Destiny board decks. The claim to fame it has in my collection is in my Nurse Burn deck, and it's because of the card's second paragraph, which states, "When an opponent's monster declares an attack, toss a coin, and if the result is heads, negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the current attack of that monster your opponent controls." While building my Destiny board deck, a little bell rang in my head. This effect can be used in any deck, and as a strategy in burn decks, it just works so well. It has the possibility to turn your opponent's attacks against them, and thus discourages the battle phase. And trust me, it happens to me a lot. Now that people at my locals know what this card does, many of them have opted out from attacking at all, just so that they could build resources to get rid of that card, which in turn helps you. While I am a fan of Mystic Mine, I lean more toward Dark Sanctuary because while Mine prevents your opponent from attacking at all, Dark Sanctuary gives them the option, which I think is more fair. And the reason why the Dark Sanctuary strategy is so effective in my Nurse Burn deck is because once it's activated, it serves as a distraction. Opponents hesitate on attacking because they know there's a 50% chance that it won't go through and they'll get burned for it. And second, because most decks focuses on winning through battle damage, they will want to get rid of that card before they target your back row. So this can buy you time to use your draw power to pull the card you need to burn your opponent to zero, and it offers protection to your Dark Lord Nurse, who, let's face it, is a sitting duck otherwise. So now that you know how useful Dark Sanctuary is, how do you take advantage of it? Well, Searchers is the best way. Cards like Terraforming, Planet Pathfinder, Demise of the Land, and Metaverse gets it out quicker. You can also have draw power like Pot of Extravagance, Pot of Duality, and Card Demise to pull and activate it sooner. You can also protect it with Field Barrier and Dark Brood, which will make the efforts of getting rid of that card that more irritating. So if you're one of those people who want to play Mystic Mine but don't want to suffer the backlash at your locals, give Dark Sanctuary a try. Do it for the reaction if nothing else. Because not only have few people heard of it, but using it in a deck that's not related to the Destiny board will be enough to make your opponent perplexed. Dark Sanctuary will be released as a common this week, so if you want to have some fun, snatch him up and give it a try. But always remember to be a good sport. Play the game, not the fame. See ya! Thanks for watching! If you like what you see, subscribe and be sure to click on the bell for notifications. You can also check me out on Facebook. The link is in the description below. Happy dueling!